It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat begin the game with...
We got this. Let's go.
Substitutions, New York.
Smith. To Moutier. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
He'd have the basketball. Dragic. Great pass to set it up. And look out. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Count the bucket for two.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Dragic with it. His team on top by 8. To Wade. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
No good. Defense catching a break there. Miami's got it. Wade. Turns and slams it down.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
To Dennis Smith Jr. Moutier. Pass stolen by Miami. Goran Dragic. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Gets to the basket and scores.
This game is so mental. Trust me, some nights you get poor effort defensively, you can't make any shots, then you see the ball go in, boom, switch turned on.
To Dragic. Richardson. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Substitutions.
Second one off the mark. He goes one.
Come on, y'all. Let's go get it. It's on up.
Substitutions, Miami. Substitutions, New York.
To Moutier. He'd come up with it, and his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Not that time. New York in control of the basketball. Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
Hey, lock up.
Won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Henry Ellenson sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Knocks down the first.
Entering the game for New York, number 21, Damian Dotson.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Subbing in for the Heat, number 11, Dion Waiters. Entering the game for New York, number 88.
Throws it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Miami with the basketball. From the painted area, won't go down. Probing the defense. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Shot from the lane won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
New York Knicks basketball.
I got some for him.
Moutier to Ntilikina. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. To Waiters. Can't connect from in close. Knocks it down off the step back.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Waiters. Here comes the screen. Waiters. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Ntilikina. Missed that one. His coach cannot be a happy camper. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Waiters. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Miami. Shot won't go. The follow won't go either. He can't get it to go. No good. Time runs out here in the first quarter. Head coach Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Ntilikina with the basketball. Down a dozen. You've got to get that one to go. The follow won't go either.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Almost. And he's not getting the call.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Dragic into the front court. Up a dozen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Dragic with the basketball. We're a minute into the second quarter. Short jumper off the mark. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Knicks. Substitution being made in this one.
Substitutions, Miami. Substitutions, New York.
Hey, clear the lane. I got this.
Goes to the left side. Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
Ntilikina into the front court. 14-point deficit. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Frank Ntilikina at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 72%. First try at the line, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Here comes the screen.
See it.
Has a look. And the rebound comes down to Jordan. Moutier into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. And too much contact.
Just a tic-tac foul.
88. That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 4. New York Knicks are at the limit.
That's out. Last touch by Dion Waiters. That one's going to be out of bounds. To Waiters. Down to 5 on the 24. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. For 3, that's off the side of the rim, no good. To Ntilikina. Udonis Haslem, huge block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Waiters. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Dion Waiters at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. It's a three-point play. This big first half continues. Moutier with it up top. Looking to make something happen. To Jordan. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Let's see what the Knicks can do here. To Jordan. Moutier. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
And as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. To Waiters. Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Gets a shot up off the mark.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Number 88.
It's the Heat with the possession. To Waiters. Count the basket at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Jordan. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
DeAndre Jordan at the line. Misses the first. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. To Waiters from long range. Waiters forced that one off the mark on the 3. To Jordan. Doesn't have the touch. No good. It's the Heat with the possession. To Waiters. Here comes the screen. Waiters goes to the right side. Dion Waiters. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Moutier into the front court. Trailing by 15 to Jordan. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Waiters. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Dion Waiters trying to cash in on a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Possession lies with New York. To Jordan. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25+ assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Waiters. Trying to cash in. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
The assist from number 6, DeAndre Jordan.
To Waiters. Driving right to the basket. Blocked away.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
The possession lies with New York. Nilikina to Moutier. Nothing going here on that drive. Had a chance, but it's no good. Gets it in the left corner. To Waiters. Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. And he hits.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Jordan.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Waiters. Jordan. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. He'd have the basketball. Dragic to Waiters. The pass set it all up.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Number 88.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's it for the first half as the Heat enjoy some breathing room.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action. All right, let's do this.
Substitutions. New York. Stepping in.
Defense, let's go.
Dragic to Richardson. Dwayne Wade to Richardson. On a pass stolen by the Knicks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Can't connect from in close. Into the front court comes Smith. The deficit now up to 13. Bam Adebayo, able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Dragic with it. It's an 11-point game. To Richardson. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Bam Adebayo. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 72%. First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Smith. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good. A 3-point play, and they're back within single digits, down by 9. Miami's got it. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. Dragic to Richardson. Henry Ellenson pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Smith with it up top. His guys down by 9. Dennis Smith Jr. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Dragic to Richardson. To Dragic. Fires the 3, knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
Defense, do the math. You force them to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Easy path to the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Dragic. The Knicks clear the board. To Jordan.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Shot from the lane won't go. Wade to Richardson. Hassan Whiteside. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
The Heat grab the board. Richardson to Whiteside. Good. Off a spin.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Smith into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Bam Adebayo with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Hassan Whiteside. Can't connect from inside. And now it's Flash with the basketball. To Richardson. Oh, emphatic slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
From the painted area, won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Richardson to Wade. miss those. Jordan. Pass stolen by Miami. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Oops. He missed the first one. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Dragic into the front court. His team on top by 13. To Richardson. Able to convert inside.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basket.
Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
No good. Defense catching a break there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Dwayne Wade to Dragic. Henry Ellenson with a piece. Knocked loose.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality. Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Whiteside to Richardson. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. To Jordan. Runner here. Won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Wade to Richardson. Great feed, sets it up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Go time.
Substitutions, New York. Into the game for Miami, number 21.
Here it's coming. Here it is.
Lays it up and in.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Jordan. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. To Jordan. Knocked loose. He'd get control. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
Dragic to Waiters. Lets it fly from long range. Waiters forced that one off the mark on the 3. To Jordan. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Richardson to Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside. Looking good. 4 for 5.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Jordan. He'd come up with it. Dragic with the basketball. His guys hold a commanding lead. Rebound comes down to the Knicks. To Jordan. Knicks with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Not that. Oh, and a putback.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
That's me.
To Jordan. Layup goes down. Well done.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammates look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
Hey, lock up.
To Richardson. DeAndre Jordan rejects it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. To Richardson. DeAndre Jordan swats it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And the 2 counted at the rim for DeAndre Jordan.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Miami with the basketball. Probing the defense. 5 to shoot for Miami. Waiters to Richardson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
The Heat with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports. The Heat got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today.